Listen to what the other fighter can do as both are in the ring and ready to go for 10 rounds at Harrah's Lake Tahoe. Both fighters are well seasoned. Visitacion, a veteran of some 48 fights with 46 wins, 58 fights, 25 wins and 4 losses by Curtis Bush. Both fighters were very confident at the weigh-in, including Curtis Bush, the young man who right now is 24 years of age from Virginia Beach, Virginia, and his opponent Robert Visitacion, who's only 23, and again from Shreveport, Louisiana. Both were well cognizant of the other fighter as we take a look at the comments of Curtis Bush and the man that'll challenge him here tonight at Lake Tahoe, Robert Visitacion, as they get ready for action.
Here to fight Robert Visitacion at Louisiana. I'm from Virginia Beach. I'm looking for a good fight. Robert's a tough fighter. I've seen him fight many times. I know he's been preparing pretty hard for this fight, just like I have, so the best man will win.
I'm here tonight to fight Curtis Bush. I believe he's from the East Coast or somewhere like that. I'm not really familiar with him. I haven't seen him fight a lot. I know he's always in shape, and from what I hear from everybody, he's a fantastic fighter. I haven't really prepared for this fight a lot. I only had like a day or two notice, so I'm just going to come in here and I'm just going to do the best I can.
Well, as Curtis Bush, along with his opponent Robert Visitacion, are ready, so is the capacity crowd at the Special Events Center here at Harrah's in Lake Tahoe. Let's meet them officially. Our ring announcer, Dan Walker.
Ladies and gentlemen, Harrah's Lake Tahoe Hotel and Superfights Promotions present a 10-round bout for the ISKA North American Welterweight Championship. Your officials for the scoring judges, Mr. Hilary Sandoval, Ms. Lena Gomez, and Mr. Larry Carnahan. The kick judges are Mr. Jim Butin and Scott Coker. And the ISKA representative is Ed Fong. Introducing first, in the blue corner, he is from Virginia Beach, Virginia. He is 24 years old. He stands 6 feet tall and weighed in at 149 pounds. He has a contact karate record of 25 wins, 4 losses, and no draws, with 18 of his wins by knockout. He is the ISKA number 2 ranked world welterweight contender, the explosive thin man, Curtis Bush. Curtis Bush. And in the red corner, from Shreveport, Louisiana, he is 23 years old, 5 feet 9 inches tall, and he weighed in at 147 pounds. He has a contact karate record of 46 wins, 10 losses, and 2 draws, with 27 of his wins by knockout. He is the ISKA number 9 world welterweight contender. Will you welcome Robert Visitacion? Visitacion. Your referee for this championship bout is Mr. Bill Miller.
Sam Smith along with John Worley, we're ready to go for this North American Welterweight Championship. And if there's one thing to say about Robert Visitacion, he has sometimes been on a roller coaster, hasn't he, John?
He really has. You know, he went through some early years when he was 17, 18, 19 years old that he really didn't watch his fight selection at all. Anybody that wanted him to fight, he would fight him. He took some bad fights as far as his progress was concerned. You know, lost some fights that he wouldn't have lost if he'd have been a little wiser and let himself pace along. But he's a guy that's beaten some awfully good people, has had some real good days. He took this fight on very short notice, and I'll tell you, this altitude is going to be a major factor.
Well, they call him the explosive tin man. His opponent, Curtis Bush. He stands 6 feet tall, 149, and I think you can just see by his physique that he does certainly fulfill that nickname, but watch him fight. He's a young man that'll come out, and you feel he's the one that's going to push the action tonight, John.
I would imagine that he's going to come out and go hard right from the beginning, hoping to wear Robert Visitacion down by the 4th or 5th or 6th round.
You will be able to see the style of both fighters, but John, what can we expect from these two guys? What's their strengths as we get going?
Robert Visitacion has excellent kicking ability. He kicks well with both legs. He's going to be fairly strong with his hands. He should be a little stronger in his upper body than Bush is, but Bush is going to have a real reach advantage.
That's a slip, no knockdown.
You see the Visitation just picked that front leg up and went right up to Bush's head. He's trying to keep the pressure off with that front leg side kick on Curtis Bush is coming in. Robert Visitation trying to keep him loose using the front leg.
John, big advantage here, 6 feet against 5 feet 9, or is there that much advantage?
I think that Visitation has good enough flexibility in his kicking ability to be able to neutralize that little bit of height advantage that Bush might have.
You will see excellent balance, and again, there is another slip. So 2 slips here early in the first round of a scheduled 10-rounder. One of these fighters will walk away with a North American Welterweight Championship. It is a vacant title. Whoa, both fighters going down, a slip, another on a trip.
And a slip and a rolling block there, took him down. I think he'd have gotten 10 yards for that, 15 yards.
By the way, the third man in the ring tonight, Bill Miller, a very, very seasoned karate referee, and you'll see his good work tonight as well.
Bill Miller from up in Minnesota, one of the top officials in the country, does a great job. Oh, Visitation took a hard right hand then from Bush.
Bush has pretty well fulfilled what you thought. He has come out very strong.
You know, really, this is a fairly slow-paced, I mean, it's an active round, but not a real frenzied round. Both of them are having a hard time standing on their feet today. We talked about their balance, and they go and make us look bad by falling down a lot.
Closing seconds of round number 1. This is set for 10 as again the man in the black, Curtis Bush. And Robert Visitation, and he goes down at the end of round 1. And Bill Miller now is sending Bush into the neutral corner. And again, the fighter Visitation has to clearly clear the canvas, get the standing 8 count, and at the discretion of the referee has to be fit to continue the fight. He is, and that's the end of round number 1. And a good one for Curtis Bush, and it is a knockdown at the end of round 1 of Robert Visitation.
If a man is knocked down, I need a kick counter.
Curtis Bush has Visitation, both in their early 20s. 24 years old is Bush. Now let's take a look at it, John, at the end of round 1 here.
And we're going to see right now a hard left hook right up into the ribs there that just took all the wind. There's another 2 in a row. Visitation just said, I can't take that. I'll drop down here and take a little break.
I think you mentioned 6,200 feet here in Lake Tahoe, and you thought there would not be a lot of wind, and most of the wind was pumped out of Visitation by those 2 solid left hands by Curtis Bush.
Curtis Bush is a good, strong inside fighter. He's better inside than Visitation. Visitation really can't let him come in and do that. He's going to have to keep kicking to keep Bush out there where he can't get inside and work that body.
These 2 fighters getting themselves in the condition and certainly in the style in the same class with a Richard Hill, the champion so far. As you take a look at your scoring through the first round.
I gave a 1.5 point advantage to Bush, a 10 point, 8.5 because of the knockdown. It would have been a 10-9 round except for the knockdown.
Visitation again through a right hand. And now they're going to rule it as another one. His Visitation through the right hand and really appeared almost to a slip. But Bush did get a couple of punches in, and he does go down for the second knockdown of the fight.
Unless something changes pretty quick here, we're going to see a short fight. Visitation showing a lot of heart, staying right in there and throwing hard shots. Bush is just awfully well conditioned.
And again a push. As again the spinning kick by Visitation got him off balance.
Boy, Bush just winding up on that body, just really working Robert Visitation's body.
John, back to my question on in the class with the world champion. Are these guys getting themselves in that situation?
Curtis Bush lost to Richard Hill.
And Visitation really taking one hard in the stomach, and I don't know if referee Bill Miller's going to let him continue or not. He's got a 6 count.
I don't think he'll have a choice.
I don't think it's going to be all over. And this one is officially a knockout in the third round coming up. And again, the young man, Curtis Bush, comes up with the knockdown, and Visitation is unable to continue their fight.
They'll need to check him out. He's really sucking air now. Just an awfully hard body shot. Doctors in there, they'll take a look at him.
So the second round proved to be the difference here as Curtis Bush, the young man from Virginia Beach, comes up with the victory and a knockout in the second round. We'll be back with more of our fights from Lake Tahoe right after we pause timeout.
I know. Wait.